So my son was diagnosed with CDG when he was 1, and this changed our world completely, really.
I have a daughter who's now 27 who has PMM2 CDG. She was only diagnosed when she was 14.
My daughter has CDG and she's 7.5 years old. She's got SRD 5A3 and it's a complete life change.
Our daughter was first born. She started to have some issues with just holding her head up, eating. She couldn't track things with her eyes. They initially told us that she was going to die at about 2. And
got a diagnosis like for a rare disease like CDG, and not only you have to think of, your son and his medical needs, but there's a sense of isolation.
I think the future's very bright for diagnosis and treatment in CDG. Already there's a number of different small molecules that are being used.
In the last years we have the next generation sequencing, is NGS, is a very useful tool to find all these patients with no genetic diagnosis. But there's a different thing, one thing is having the genetic diagnosis and the other thing, the clinical diagnosis and trying to...
The future of CDG in regards of diagnosis will be that we will identify even more CDG subtypes. And I can foresee that the clinical presentation of CDGs will be even more diverse.
The future's bright. Diagnosis has certainly been improved with the access to genetic technologies, and I think there's additional technologies to help us understand this role of glycosylation.